Bear Tattoo here. Well, it's been quite a while since I've posted any videos, and I just haven't been up to it, I guess. Went back to work, not retired anymore or unemployed, so that's been occupying most of my days. But I did do a few videos about my bees here in the last couple of months that I'm going to show, and they're following this introduction right here, so hope you enjoy them. I'm going to enjoy a bottle of Irish ale. This is made by Boulevard. I'd never seen it before. I bought a 6-pack the other day at the store. We'll try it out, see how good it is. And I'm going to open it with my my bear claw opener. So we'll let you know how good it is. So here's my Irish ale that I poured the glass, and I'm going to take a sip here and see how good it is. Yeah, it's good. A little hoppy, but not overpowering, so I think I'm gonna like it. Bear Tattoo here. So I think I mentioned on a previous video that I was all my bees died, but they left me a whole bunch of honey, and so I'm harvesting that right now. I've got a little capping tank here that I've scraped all the honeycomb into this tank, and I don't know if you can see down in there, there's a whole lot of honey here. And the reason I'm scraping off the honeycomb is because I'm going to take all the foundation out of these frames. I'm going to cut them down to mediums because these are deep frames. I'm going to cut them down to medium frames so that I have the same size, and I can be a little bit more versatile on how I distribute the honey that might be in the hive or the brood or whatever, to encourage the bees to build more comb and to expand the brood chamber. So I'm working on that. So I've got this most of the honey in there. I still got a few more frames to scrape out, which is down there, but not as much as was in this one deep frame. So if you see, what it does is there's a screen in the bottom of this first tank here, and then it goes down into this second tank and then flows out of this gate down to this double sieve. This is a double sieve, and then it flows down into this bucket that has a gate on it too, which maybe I can show you here. I don't know if you can see down in there. I probably got about 2 gallons of honey so far. Probably headed towards, I imagine we'll get about 5 gallons of honey out of this. So that's what I've been doing. Got the heaters on down here so that we can heat up the garage, and there's a heater up there. Keep the garage warm so the honey will flow for me. But anyway, that's what we're doing, and I'll have a few more videos here because I did a few other things too. So I'm done harvesting the honey out here. It's a beautiful day here at the lake. It's in the 60s, and what I did was I took all the empty frames, the ones that I harvested the honey out of, and I put them over here so that I can get these bees to do something for me. They're not my bees, but they'll clean out the honey and all the other stuff, so it'll dry up a little bit, so I can get in there and scrape off all the propolis and get these ready to go for the bees that are coming in another month. So got to put them to work, and they're working pretty hard there. I don't know if you can see all the bees on there, but there's a ton of bees on there. They're eating the leftover honey and anything else they can get. There's pollen in there. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So hopefully they'll come back and get in my trap, swarm and come back and get in my trap, and I can get some free bees. Bear Tattoo here at the lake. been working on getting my bee stuff ready to go for the spring. I'm getting some new bees. I killed all my bees last year, so gonna get some new bees. Got 2 new packages coming. 6 pounds of bees coming the somewhere around the 14th of April. So anxious to get those people and get them in the hive. I made some bee candy today. You can see it right here. What you do is you boil water and sugar until it gets hot enough to solidify, and then you pour it in this mold, and what you'll do is put this on the top of the hive, and then the bees will have something to eat until they can gather their own nectar and pollen. And I'm doing something a little different this year. I'm going without foundation in my hive. A lot of beekeepers have like this guide for the bees. It's called Foundation, and it gives the bees an idea of where they're supposed to build their honeycomb. But I've heard that, and I've done a lot of research on this, that so now I'm going with this. There's no foundation in it. There's just a little strip of wood around the top and some fishing line to hold the comb into the frame. But what I've heard is that a lot of the foundation has large cells in it, and it's not natural for the bees to build those large cells, and it promotes varroa mites get into the hive and thrive with the larger cells. So I'm going to go foundationless, and I guess the bees have been building comb for millions of years, and they didn't have foundation guiding them. So we'll see if that helps the bees survive over the winter. The other thing I did was, for my bees, is I built a new bee hive stand. It's over here by the trees. You can see it over there in the distance. That should help a little bit, get the hives off the ground. I think that's part of my problems with my bees not surviving the winter, is they were sitting on those cement slabs over there, and they just got too cold, I think. And so I'll put some insulation underneath that thing so that the hives sit on a little bit of insulation, and it should hopefully help them survive the winter. I also have my swarm trap up there. Bees have a natural tendency to swarm and move off to different hives when they don't have enough room in the hive that they're in. And so what I'm trying to do with that is capture a swarm, because there's other bees around here. They come around here all the time when I don't even have bees. So you put a little lemongrass oil in there. That's supposed to attract the bees with some frames. So we'll see if we can get some free bees this year. Other than that, things are starting to warm up out here. The grass is turning green. We did buy a new toy this year. We got a new four-wheeler, that mule over there on the other side of the golf cart. So that ought to be fun. Put a back seat in it for the kids. So we'll see how that works out for us. Other than that, I'm just anxious to get my bees, and got a lot of projects out here that I'm trying to get ready for. So we'll see how that goes.